The following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
Luke the Duke? Wait, what? KT on a D2 stream? For a regional finale? Well, that's what we're doing here today. And we got two vital opponents. Starting off with Luke, the perennial favorite. A lot of big names have went down, but he stood the test of time. He didn't just make an LCQ for no reason last year. And taking care of big names means a big pat to head for the Archbishop of Canterbury, Luke the Duke. See what I did there? But on the other side, it may not be Thursday, but it is Wednesday afternoon. It's always taco time out here in D2. And for Taco, he took care of business against one of the best from D1 that may not be promoted, but got relegated in Aiden Smith. Can he back up the performance against another perennial favorite today? We're about to find out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the regional finale. D2 style, a little dashing region, dashing through the snow. And we're almost ending February Flurry. The month almost comes to a close as it turns into March, and the shivers and cold weather starts to turn to springtime air. But we're still in the heart of the February Flurry, as it is still February 26th. Let's go to that bracket, and well, pretty simple. Winner of this game will get the Arctic region, and that Arctic region will be contested. I think it's going to be 8 a.m. That's a wrong short game. Not the wrong graphic. They were scheduling the times different. So we'll say 8 a.m. on Friday. Times always change down here. The other game will be with G with Red and Bree tonight with a little Vietnam / California / soon to be France for Red as he moves over. Mark in England will be on Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, excuse me. And that will be a good game in the Cocoa region. Well, that's really all I got for the intro. We're going to keep it short here today. Joining me in the booth's going to be Yoshi. I know a lot of these players. I've seen these players both. Just going to put the scene on there. Should be a good one. I'll go to you, Yoshi. You've seen these guys more than me, but I have done some research. You look at Luke. He's the perennial favorite left. It's the best remaining seed at the 2 seed. There's a target on his back. I've noticed his split ammo has been one of the things that it's basically stood a test of time in his game, as well as the fade look. Your thoughts on that today? And how he's going to be able to continue that with Taco coming in with a lot of momentum off that upset of Aiden Smith.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Luke, with honestly a pretty good run so far. I mean, probably one of the best runs so far with just his ability to really make things go his way and being able to keep the momentum and you know, even against good players like James and I mean, I didn't really see much with Breath, but I know I didn't want to underestimate Breath at the time. So, you know, Clint, for Clint, he had to test, can he come back from being down early, and that he definitely showed that there. But yeah, like his general strategy being the split ammo and sometimes the fade look, it's definitely something where it forces the other player to really think about what he's trying to do, right? And it's tough because he could use ammo early, but sometimes he can save it for the finish. He really likes to switch things up depending on the game. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty tough strategy to go against, but it's kind of something you have to deal with a lot with as you see some of these players who have gotten good results. Like they tend to have like multiple different strategies, multiple different looks. We'll see if Taco can handle that here. I mean, to beat Aiden Smith, it's definitely not something to overlook. We'll see if he can take down Luke too. It would be a great tournament for him to take down the 1 and 2 seed for sure.
Well, let's go over to 8. Well, let's go over to Taco, who just beat Aiden Smith. And then we'll go to Luke as the home team. Taco, quick question, man. Obviously, you were supposed to be in the LCQ last year. Things happen, understandable. But now you come into a high-pressure environment. Obviously, it wasn't what you wanted. Let's say the first round, right? I believe you got that unfortunate DQ win. So you have to play a little bit more aggressively, you'd say, at the beginning round, right? The opening round being pushed back in terms of the field. But have you gotten a feel for the bye? Remember, down here, the bye was fresh and new. You, other than that one preseason game you did, still fresh and new. What's been the biggest takeaway from you from a mentality standpoint that's allowed you to advance here and also being battle tested with the likes of Aiden Smith as well, who you just beat, who had been a former player in D1, who was a 4-time winner? Talk to me through it. Go ahead. Feel free to type or speak, whatever you want.
Thank you. I mean, when it comes to the power play, I mean, I would say that I've adjusted pretty quickly to the power play. I mean, I at first I kind of struggled with it, just knowing when to use it. And now I'm very comfortable with when I choose to use it and how I use it. And my strategy when it comes to the power play, I would say, has been developed to about the point where I'm comfortable with it. Now, when it comes to just winning games and getting mentality up, I mean, I'm just in a better headspace than I was last year. I mean, I've got a lot more. I just have a lot more of a positive attitude and outlook on things, and I think that's correlated in my play this year and in this tournament. So my goal is the same as it's always been: just keep playing, have fun, try to make it to the next round. And I hope to keep that streak alive with Luke, who's, I mean, I've watched him play and I've played against him. He's an incredible player, and I wish him the best of luck.
Yep. Keep plugging and chugging along. Absolutely, man. Doing a great job. Well, we'll go over to the home team. And Luke, at this rate, you're the perennial favorite, right? I said on the pod at the beginning of the year, you and Rue were my two real championship favorites coming in, right? Looking at the field. You got to this point. Obviously, you win today, or Taco wins. You got that LCQ thing, but that's not what you're striving here. You're trying to win 4 on the spin. I did see that one comment. Do you feel you were maybe not battle tested in terms of opponents, but were you battle tested in terms of endurance to your run? And is that giving you a mentality to say, okay, if the game runs long, don't count me out? Feel free to talk about the endurance and what you've learned in longer games, because we've had a lot of board series down here and a lot of parity considering you're the top seed and the only seed 2 or higher. Go ahead. Feel free to speak then, my man.
Yeah, I mean, that's really just my match against Clint last round. 3 of those matches went 15 or so minutes long, won all 3 of those. And I'm pretty sure I came back from being behind in terms of card numbers every single game during that match. So that clearly puts me in a great position, because I know I have the ability to come back and win matches like that. Plus, I also have the way I played in rounds 1 and 2. I can be clinical with the ammo when I need to be, even if I do have to rely on Draw City because of ammo being 1 or 2 cards on certain colours and not having numbers on the other to end that link. But yeah.
I gotcha. No, and that's the beauty of this game, man. Sometimes you have to adapt on the fly. Sometimes you have to be content when it's uncomfortable, such as Draw City. Just because the game is named Uno doesn't mean you have to get there in a second. You can get there in 20 minutes and still find ways to win. Just ask anyone in the league with endurance or a world champion Ashley, right? Well, let's get to it. That's enough pregame talk. It's the Elite 8. It's February Flurry. Let's get it on. For that, we'll go to our ref knob to initialize the game. And of course, the winning lottery numbers down here is still the same. You won't see any difference. It's quad deuce and an Uno. So at 2, 2, 2, 1. And for that, let's go to those most famous words for Luke. I'll take the game 1 call. We'll rotate back and forth with me, myself, and Yoshi. We'll do a little old school. Luke, my brother, you know what I'm about to ask, man. It's game 1. Welcome to February Flurry Elite 8. Welcome to a chance and an opportunity in the playoffs to get this job done. What's it going to be for Game 1? What we got? All right. Nam likes that number. 9 cards. The shuffle's on. Let's start her up. Oh, blue 5. Blue 5. Right, guy. All right. Blue 5. About to say JT. Call myself slipping. Just start it off with a blue 5. Sometimes I catch myself, Yoshi. I can't.
Yeah.
Forgot. Gotta restrain that in. But yeah, we'll start it off with a blue 5. And we'll see what happens here. Luke, obviously, no action card start. Could play this different ways. Let's see what he does. He's known to play it cool here to start off usually. And he will. Goes to 0 sugar. We'll go into blue 8. Now, Taco, of course, seems to have run it before. Looking at the game tape, did a really good job playing patient and playing methodical against Aiden Smith, but knowing when to crack on the ammo and put a compromised position. Luke already decides to go upper tier on the numbers, and Taco's draw.
Okay.
Thoughts on that with the early draw there from Taco? Yoshi, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for the first set of turns for the game, I mean, it could definitely just be, I just ran out of blue, but
Battery 50%.
I mean, you get to the Elite 8, I mean, you're not always going to draw because you don't have it, and so maybe Taco's trying to play the patient game here and be like, okay, I want to see what Luke does at this point. Does he have more blue? Is he going to switch the color? Maybe he's not liking the blue right now.
We'll see. It's early, and that's the beautiful thing with both of these players' games. And you got a best of 9. We moved the league slightly forward, for sure. We moved it slightly forward in terms of having longer series, right? Making an adjustment. I want to thank the competition director, Jay Caesar, obviously, for that with the 11 coming into the finale of the first time in league history down here. And we're going to just follow suit. We talked about the draw city being content in that, and he'll continue to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see a thing with I remember in Luke when Luke played against Clint. I mean, he had some moments where he was playing like very slow. He was like really taking his time, and we kind of saw that a little bit there when thinking about drawing, or at least taking time to then draw. I mean, it's something we see in his gameplay, and it definitely could be an indicator that he's trying to use that as his way to be like, all right, I want to control how much time. I want to be the pace controller here.
Well, the pace controller, we'll find out, because Luke is, well, shades of Ashley, man, a little bit. Shades of Dark Rain slightly, right? Just playing that pace control. There's no problem there. Someone new joined. That's okay. I'll get to that later. We'll draw it out, and that's going to be the key here with both players. They're going to understand they're each other in turn to draw. See who's content when it's a little bit unorthodox in the patience. We'll find out. Luke taking his time, loading up, looking for a possible break out of jail or draw series. You're going to do a jail break to maybe start moving forward. Let's find out.
Yeah, we see. Yeah, I mean, the early draw city not just going to be. It's going to leave us a lot of room for possibilities of what these two could have. If they both did run out of blue, which I mean, we're going to see Luke switch here. Now comes the moment of, okay, let's see, what do they get off of these draws? Maybe they got some good cards.
Well,
oh, okay, double red 6 there.
I'm trying to play a little bit of that number of fish. Taco probably not going to panic too much on that. Question is Luke out on that number of fish, or is that a good, I call it a 1-2 buckle play there, where you buckle one of the double numbers and see if you can find a red as another reserve tank. Let's see if he does the 1-2 buckle. Little pavement trick. Let's see. Luke now taking his time. Okay, so there it is. He didn't do the buckle, so he was playing truthful. I was going to say, you do double numbers, that becomes a little bit of an indicator. The read was there, and there's the switch. There's the jailbreak. Boom.
Yeah, Puzzle Dan. That's where it comes from for sure.
What's that?
You said 1-2 buckle my shoe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that. 3-4 shut the door.
Oh, okay.
Great move there. Right now, you start to speed Taco's progressions up. See what happens on the back end. Draw the triple. Get out of that yellow. Use that as vulnerability. Let's see how Taco responds. God thinks some type of mini ammo run or some type of reverse skip meta will come. There's the go. There's the +2, and it's a neutralizer. See, I can still read it down here, Yoshi. I can still spin the reads down. You start to understand a little bit. Just, okay, you understand the players are not going to want to be content having the other player get ahead. And when you get into these pressure crucial moments in the Elite Eight, as Luke will match that, it starts to become tick for tack. And both guys want to find that tic-tac-toe 3 in a row. 2 X's on the board. Who gets that third X?
Oh, wow.
Yep, back in the yellow now. There we go. Taco, number of fish. Oh! Well.
Okay, I was going to say, so Taco tried to test Luke there because he did switch out of the yellow, and now he's, oh my goodness, he's forcing to go into blue. It's actually going to work here.
It's a boss move on that boss card if we had him, yeah, for sure. Yep. We'll see how Taco responds. He's going to find some number efficiency, though. Here, you watch Yoshi. He'll find something right here or a top deck to spice the game up. That's how Taco does. He usually fires away right after maybe a wild or something to not go in his favor. I think he's had enough to be in contentious here. Let's find out.
Definitely could be. Maybe got something off that top deck as well. Trying to think. Yeah.
There's the read, baby. It's there. Wow, well, there's the game flipper right there. Taco back in front. Going to be an interesting one right here now for both because Luke going to find it back. Holy moly. And that's going to ice out Taco. And just like that, Luke with the momentum, and it's back and forth we go on the wild and +4s. Question for Luke, do you try a number here? Let's find out. Now it's about spin the roulette on the number. Spin the number roulette. See what happens. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's a KT Classic?
KT Classic with KT in the building? They're stealing my heart. All right. Well, maybe not. It could be one of those reverse classics maybe where you think you have one, but then you go for a little extra switch output. It was like a top deck. Yeah, that was a clean classic. Interesting. And we talked about the rope-a-dope, as Dan said. You can't seem to get the numbers to fall your way, then why not just play a little sacrificial lamb and see what's on the other end cooking? Especially with all those +4s and wilds starting to drain down. Let's go over to 9 with the Uno lock. Let's see what we got.
It's definitely the safest play to go for that kind of play, like the KT, beautiful. Like a KT Classic. I mean, always a good idea if you don't feel safe.
Bust out the old Slurpees there as Luke gets a top deck on another blue fire. I ain't gonna do much.
Ooh, it actually does.
I'm surprised on that. So both players, they were hiding something back, and the number efficiency is starting to become very important. Half off special. Now Luke looking for a possible run right here. Can he get the run?
Oh my goodness.
There it is, yep. There's the read. Goes to a triple. The question is he going to leave this one open and play this one more cleaner on a possible isolation, or does he throw a number down there and hopes for a switch? That's what he's contemplating. Yep, called it. He's going to play cleaner. Yeah. Use some of that reverse skip meta, and let's check the history.
He's definitely testing this blue for sure, and the skips.
He wants Taco to switch. That's what he wants. He's hoping Taco switches. Let's see if Taco bites. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's see. Taco's at 9. Yeah, so still. Yeah, he definitely could just go for it if he feels like. Well, you know what? Let me take a risk here. Okay.
Huge risk.
Uh-oh.
That's a mistake on the +2. That's an open
for
Luke.
Yeah, you got stuff on that.
Well, we talked that there's always a chance of a mistake, and we talk about the pressure moments in this league. When you get to this level, you got to be careful on those mistakes, but there's always a connector roundabout. Does there a +2 connector in the back pocket for Taco? We'll find out. God double.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now Luke knows that +2. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, okay, yeah, I mean, Taco's just got to play something here. Oh, but he actually wanted that.
He was going there anyway. That's crazy.
Oh, remember, my God.
No double power play in this round. Only one. Two in the Elite Eight and Sweet 16 over there in D1. Here's just one. Keep that in mind.
Nothing.
Luke has to have the number of fish or a green for the win. Does he have it? He's got the wild. Are you serious? Stealing the hearts. Oh, man. Luke, That's what you call, man, a absolute classic on the numbers, but also your wild control, mate. Incredible. I gotta ask, man, 2 crazy plays you did there. The KT Classic, did you start to build some momentum, or are you heeding that advice I said where, damn, if I play the wrong number, you could be in a spin of a world of trouble, right? Talk to me about the patience of playing the Classic, leaving it open on the skip that gave you the leverage to finish it off in game 1.
The main reason I did that was I was thinking surely Taco has like a +2, +4 still in his hand. So it's better off getting to a colour I know he drew on past. And if he's got number efficiency, sure. That's fine by me. I've got a while to come back that. And then, yeah.
Yeah, no, you controlled it, man. You controlled it right there. You play a little percentage Uno, and I'll go to Taco. Taco, really the thing that really got you, unfortunately, was just you had some with good ammo. The +2 was a little interesting. You misplayed that. That could have maybe sent Luke back 2 cards. You never know. But you just seem to be a little bit hesitant on maybe the color switches being more efficient, trying to go for the. Did you learn what Luke's patience game is to adapt for game 2? Considering he seemed to play a lot more cleaner on those colors on Wild, just regular Wilds, where you were playing a little more aggressive. Have you learned the patience versus aggression on the way he's going to play it today? Go ahead.
I mean, I think I'm going to keep my information to myself for a little bit because, yeah, I think it's best to just develop. So I want to say no comment on that right now.
I got you, man. No, I get it. Definitely no comment. Right, you want to hold your cards close to the chest, Lee. I'll bring in Yoshi in for some analysis. And man, right now, Luke's got an advantage. Maybe it's not so much on pure action cards, pure action cards, but he's got better number of fish, and he's also allowing Taco to run a little bit more of the ammo to give him more leverage. Thoughts on that and how Luke was able to manage those wild cards to play 2 colors on that blue, especially where's that lock and key?
Yeah, to me that was like, yeah, Luke definitely had a lot of similar numbers, and the way he used them was very smart. I mean, like, you can have number efficiency, but if you use it at the wrong time, it doesn't like matter. It doesn't matter if you have number efficiency. So like, you have to use it in a way where it can really benefit you. You can get that switch that you want. And yes, being able to, crazy that Luke. I mean, Luke having 3 wilds that game. I mean, it was a matter that definitely helped him. But I do think he still played really well to get to this win for sure. Just really looking at how things are going. I mean, it was pretty even because, I mean, the +4 I think was enough to balance out the wilds, but it's definitely a feeler for Taco. He definitely doesn't want to give away what he's trying to do, so I understand that.
Well, he may a little bit. You don't want to put out too much information, too much data. Luke's a very data-oriented, data-driven type player, and then the other thing too, you got to look at this, and probably the bigger thing, right? Learning these questions, understanding. Okay, what's this guy saying over here? What's this Joker saying, right? But we'll see. We'll see how they continue to adapt. All right, Luke. It's everything. No, wait a minute. Everything's good to go other than 9. Right. MCSR. Everything's good to go except 9, mate. Game 2. What are we thinking here? Can always go back to that if you get a winner in game 5. We'll go 1 up this time, and here we go. 10 card special. Red 1. We'll start off with a red 1.
That's the ghost.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to avoid it today, but yeah, that's the one thing I gotta keep in check, right? Just a red 1 today. Just a casual, plain red 1. Plain Jane today.
For sure. Oh, okay.
Well, that was quick. That was had that on the ready. That was a ghost S play though. On the ready. Ready to go. All right. Oh, really ready to go?
Luke drawing, but Taco just instantly playing these cards right now.
This might be a little bit of that adaptation we get the blue 5 switch, where Taco may have said, you know what, let's pull the pins, we go undercut into a green 5. I'm going to start going fast to speed him up with that slower pace. Maybe it wasn't working. Now
Yeah, it's very possible.
Remember, he plays
Ooh,
quicker players, and now Luke does a little test on the numbers. Back to that blue. Let's see if Taco can run. He can't, and that's huge. What Luke have right here? All +2.
Okay.
Smart move, right? One less in the gadget. You don't want to get your +2 pants down. I got you. Let's see if Taco switches it. Yep, called it. There's the switch, right? But you got the +2 out of the way. Play the numbers. Taco now going to run here. Let's see. Playing quick. Into yellow. Makes the break. How does he respond? He doubles up. Luke.
Hey, Luke's starting to pick it up as well.
Top floor it goes. Taco now looking for a possible response in yellow, but draws out now Luke with a massive advantage if he can play, but he's content with Draw City. And that's what I'm seeing in Yoshi's. That's what I'm seeing Yoshi in Luke's game. Very content Draw City. Taco has more looks to maybe not rush it, but just try to force Luke's hand. That's the beautiful thing about the styles, right? Luke wants to play that Draw City a little bit, control it as we go into blue, but he always has an answer.
More.
He's got an answer, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't think he did. And interesting how Taco, he was drawing on blue, and now he's going to play the blue. Yeah, we've seen some interesting looks with the wild green.
This has been his bread and butter all day. These wild plays, but this is a little different. This is a break here from Luke. Makes the break a little early. He's 4-0 on those regular wilds. Remember, those are not giving you cards. Those are just clean plays. Let's see if Taco responds.
Really testing what Taco has here. I mean, Taco could be thinking about the ammo. I mean, he's going to play this cool for now.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, but that's why, yeah, the 0.
Interesting, because that blue 4, green 4 combo, that could have been his next move anyway. Luke plays safe with the 0 sugar. Could be running.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I got to see where this one goes. This is an aggressive power play to tie it up here if he can get it.
I mean, it would have to be. Interesting that he went for that. We'll see. Yeah, let me see how this ends. Because if this is just because he thinks he's going to win in the next turn, then that's fair.
Luke probably going to get the call out ready. Here we go. It's his only thing he can do in this situation. All he can do is sit and watch. Here we go.
Yeah, Taco has to type this out. He knows he made a mistake last time. Okay, he had the triple. So, yeah, so now he's going to make sure he doesn't need that.
Well, let's see. I mean, I'll explain in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I made a blunder last night. I'm not afraid to admit I had the game, but I threw the power play like an idiot, and I was a little distracted though. This one was much cleaner. That was very good. I understand making the move there. I'll go to Luke here. It's an interesting one. It's definitely a percentage move. Luke, I gotta ask, did you have anything in red to fire back before I ask anything deep? Or do you think that was a good pass?
Would have been a 3-card combo to finish.
What's that?
Would have been a 3-card combo to finish.
Okay, good sniff play. So my question to you, man, are you really starting to feel out Draw City? Because it seems here you're doing a good job on the wild states, but the Draw Cities have seemed to be in your friend. Is that a true statement today? It seems to be really helping you.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it gives you it really depends game on game, really. Like, I'm sure I've gotten lucky with the wilds and the world +4 in that game, coming from Draw City and all that jazz. But it's only game 2. We still got at least 7 games if this goes that far. I'm hoping it doesn't, but still.
Right. One way to go. You got the advantage now in power play. Taco, I gotta ask, the instincts kicked in and it worked out pretty dang special, my friend. Talk to me about that instinctive play right there, knowing that if you go down 2-0 here, maybe you just sense it could be a little bit harder to come back, knowing that Luke has all the pressure on today. Is that really what we were going for?
Well, I felt like I knew from just how much ammo I had to my disposal that more likely than not he had at least one green that he's going to play that wasn't a skip, and I was thinking that I just want to avoid the early down 2-0 because I really I'm a very momentum driven person. I'm very excited when I win, down in the dumps when I lose. Doesn't matter the scale of it. So
Right.
that's why I wanted the early win, but also uh, using the power play in game two. I remember in the semifinals, it was sort of a shock for me to use it in game three, but in my opinion, I've seen so many people lose like tight contests this tournament, and they have a power play left at the end. And I would rather go down knowing that I used all the resources available to me than to think, man, what if I used that power play just a little bit earlier?
No, that's a great answer for sure. But thank you for sharing those thoughts. And Yoshi, that's a KT level response, buddy. Use your resources. We're starting to see this trend of these lane-esque power plays, right? Lane is obviously a Pez as well, but Lane recently has taken this league by storm where he just throws the power play, and damn, how did he do that? Taco just did that and surprised Luke. Now, the only difference here is Lane won't do it to finish games. This was a finisher. Thoughts on these lane-esque power play working for Taco and him making that interesting comment? I'm here to gain the momentum. I hate losing, even if it's an individual game. And that shows a testament to his style where he's going to play maybe not so much chaotic on a table, but chaotic in his mind knowing I'm driven to win every game, even if it means having to blow all my resources early. Got to use it.
Yeah, I think, it's the kind of, it's really like, it's kind of like the unique style that Taco has, I think. I do remember he definitely felt pretty down. I remember his last stream, he definitely felt pretty down when he was behind in a previous series, and yeah, he could definitely feel a different way. It could definitely affect his gameplay if he's down early, and it's like, okay, now I've tried this, now I have to do something different, but then doing something different will actually lose you the series. So he doesn't want that to happen. He wants to keep it in a level where he feels like, okay, I can still, this is still anyone's game. I don't want to feel like I'm out already. I want to feel like I can get it done. And yeah, I mean, the way to use a power play like that, I mean, obviously you don't. He would have had to leave the wild red open, and it makes sense. Like this, really, sometimes you just see the moment that, like, you know what? Let me use the power play here, because when am I? Who knows when I'm going to use it when I get this opportunity again?
Well, that was big for Taco to get the momentum. Luke with the advantage rest of the series, but Taco with the momentum. Let's see what principle wins out. Is it the momentum? Or is it that ADV? It's always important in these later rounds. Something's got to give. Big stakes here for Game 3, even though it's early. Best of 7 left. All right, Taco. It's not Thursday, but it's Wednesday, my friend. Just no 10. What we thinking here for Game 3? All right, we'll go crazy 8s. Keeping it in that mid-tier. Have not left that mid-tier at all as we'll go Red 4. Though I will mention that is a D2 player from the past, so that's the Pirello Blast in the past. One of the legends of this D2
Also,
for sure.
Are you referring to Taco Tuesdays? Is that the thing you're referencing?
Tuesday or Thursday. They both start.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of split. But right now, he doesn't have as much lettuce on that, or doesn't have much salsa on his tacos. Out of those reds, let's see what will happen here if he can switch it off. He can. This is big for Luke here, Yoshi. This is what he wants, a break.
Yeah, Taco just probably in an unfortunate situation where there's nothing he can do right now.
There's the break.
He finds the switch, but you're down 8 cards.
Yeah, down a lot here. Let's see what will happen. Luke really running into this, trying to get into that red zone. Smart.
Hold on, that's interesting.
It's smart if he doesn't have a reverse, though, but Luke is one of those guys that could have one to save. Yeah, he would go for the break here if he has a save. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Yeah, good safe move there.
Yeah, Taco's just nothing. He's got nothing here. No action cards are very minimal. If he does, it's probably searching for a +2 or even a +4 regular wild at this rate because he's going Back we go. Luke, plenty of ADV on the possession arrow. Long way to go for him, but he really don't got to make a move until he feels comfortable. Maybe picks up an action or two, and they'll start thinking about a break.
Yeah, I feel like in the earlier rounds we talked about, he gets back to blue.
Yep.
We talk about how someone having a power play advantage, but I feel like with this bot, it's not much as of an advantage, but more of like an advantage depending on the game you get, because sometimes, if a game doesn't go your way, you have to use power play, and now there's really not much of an advantage to having one. So the way that power play is being used now, and I feel like it's really evolving in a way.
Power play lie. I know Yepez. There's a couple guys thing as well. As Taco goes for a huge +2 double combo into the yellow now. I understand that. It's a great theory. The old bot, let's face it. You go 6 cards on the old bots when Luke goes for a match of the yellow 2 there, a little Clint play. You go on that old bot, you had the power play a lot. It was night-night. There's not much you can do. This bot, with the way it's organized, the way it can be creative, you can go in there and have no power play. Just ask Lane, right? Ask myself. I had nothing. Game 7, nothing last night. Needed to try something. Sting went 6, finished them off with no power play. It's possible to win games with no power play, and with there only being 1 Yoshi, I think that helps the players. 2 is a little different. I think the only time it becomes more of a big factor is if you get to that 3, but that doesn't even exist down here. So realistically, it's all about just understanding how to use your resources to your best advantage. I got trip 7, pull the slot machines. We go into yellow, blue, into green. Is there a red on the lurker? No. No Skittles. But now Luke had an advantage. The +2s were thrown. This is where he's got to readjust. As Taco now starts to build momentum and cut that lead down to 1 or 2.
Yeah, trying to keep it even here. This is really just running down these numbers, and we'll see if any who pulls the trigger on whether it be a switch or maybe some ammo. Here's the okay.
That's the first one, right? I think it's the first one for him, right? Let's see.
Oh yeah, I believe it is.
Second one.
Oh, second. Oh no, but Luke has a 5th.
Not surprised. This is what Luke does. Why? We talk about this. Does Taco have a possible +4 now? He's got to think about a +4. It's a way to flush out a +4 or a +2 combo. Let's see. Otherwise, that's just great wild save from Luke. Let's see. Even if he doesn't, go for it.
It's going to depend on what happens here, because it was likely that Taco ran out, so not much you can do from maybe trying to think. Yeah,
there it is. But Luke, the crossover to undercut Strats.
He's got the number efficiency. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I saw this on tape. These are Peter-style plays on the numbers. We saw the split ammo with Sean McGowan. And then he's got that minor KT actually, and he finishes it off with some reverse skip meta. Luke putting on a show early. Luke, that was a dazzling display, my friend. Really used that wild card again, but you were content, brother. You were very content this time to really have that advantage because Taco had no real reds off the start, and then he threw that +2. Was that double +2 the combo you needed to be able to run toward the end? And he used that wild flush as your popular sender move. Go for it. Feel free to react.
I mean, I had that wild from the start, so it's just really just waiting. The red start was fine. I mean, I had all those reds then back into blue, and then if I could have played wild green. But why waste a wild when you probably have Taco with power cards waiting? So I might as well just go stick with blue and go draw C, and that ended up paying off.
Look, I have a follow-up question. Now that Taco's got that no power play, I've noticed your pace has picked up, but also you can play a little more freely. Do you feel you play a little more freely knowing you have the advantage, knowing that at a certain point there's nothing coming on the other end, right? There's no power play, And at a certain point, that puts more pressure for them to use the ammo more, and you can play that relaxed state? Or do you always feel it's situational, and you always got to be on the button at any time, knowing that Taco could have the power cards, as you just mentioned? Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, personally, I say it's situational. I mean, I didn't use my power play in my first game because I felt I didn't need to use it. I was 3-0 up at the time, going to game 4. I have the full game advantage going into that match. Round 2, I did, but that was just because at that time I had loads of greens and wanted to get the 3-1 advantage again, I think it was. Yeah. And then the Clint match, it just really just sealed a match then. So yeah, it's really just situational.
Situational. Gotcha, buddy. Thank you. Taco, was that just unfortunate enough to start? No reds, and you just really just was kind of put in a box, and all you had really was that reverse skip meta to save you? Or do you sense that you were doomed either way, knowing that you really didn't have the cards, and that +2 was really just a bluff play, and Luke sniffed it out? Talk me through it.
Well, I mean, it was just it was an unfortunate start. I mean, my only red card was the red reverse to start off with, and at that point when I saw he was drawing as well, I would have rather stayed on red, and I don't have a problem with necessarily how I played there. Outside of the 2+2s and the later drawing the wild, I really didn't have too much ammo to work with that game. Right. Yeah, I was working from a deficit to start off, and I think it's just best to move on and focus on the next game.
I got you, buddy. I appreciate that. We'll go over to Yoshi real quick. And Yoshi, once again, Luke just seems to have a little bit more, maybe not so much on this game especially, not so much on the crazy wilds, but he just had that one wild enough, and also the number efficiency, landing on the right number, getting those undercut switches. It almost leveraged him, especially off that double +2, to get a run. Talk to me how he's been able to gain momentum when there's not much of a fire starter there on ammo. Because that game, look about it. We talk about no +4s. We just saw someone win when it was Lane. This man's right now through 3 games tracking 0 +4. That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, obviously, like, being able to win with just the wilds, it's not as easy as it sounds. And I feel like the way that Luke's been able to use them, I mean, he had 3 in game 1 and Taco had 1 +4. So if there was definitely some possibility for both players to find a way to win there, but just being able to really just being able to like to understand like the power of what a wild can do, and I think Luke definitely has that understanding, and I think that's really what's helping him here, like having those wilds and using them at a really strong time.
Oh, he's playing strong right now, man. That's the Luke style. Let's see if he continues that in game 4. But it'll be back to Taco. Taco, everything's free, buddy, except the 10. Same deal as always. What are we looking for game 4? Oh yeah, we sending, boys. Now I'm getting in the chat. We'll send, and that's our first one of the series, and this is a big one. This can change the game at any point. Full send is in. Can Taco gain the momentum? We'll go into a yellow 0, which of course is the old drop. Ooh. Drip drop. I only do that on the start of the card. That's the only time I'll break character. Everything else is plain Jane.
I think the idea on this is pretty fair, right? You see that these mid-tier pack is we got the switch. This mid-tier pack is not working out for him right now. It's time to switch things up, and I really okay. A lot of switching here.
This could be it can signify 2 things. 1, leverage the switches as Luke did the last game, or 2, as he is going Tago heavy. One of these guys may not have the hand, and they're trying to force each other into a combustion. Let's see. Here comes Taco. Let's see what he can do. First move of the game, and the first action card of this individual game is a reverse. Does he have the efficiency on the threes? Taco may have ran out of that yellow, but he has extra in the tank. Looking to load up right here. Taking his time, not taking too much about it, and he'll draw early, hoping for maybe a switch. Let's find out. We've seen these drawback plays. There it is. There's
That's
the switch,
one.
Yoshi. Yep, looking for the switch. Got it. Luke free from jail, and he will continue to run those greens. You told me about the aggressive switching here, Yoshi. It's definitely this game. We started to see it a little bit for both players. Usually it's just one. Now it's both here. There you go. Makes my point clear.
Yeah. I think Taco trying to. I feel like a little bit of a different style than what he's been doing so far. It's switching the color a decent amount. Also, with 15 cards, it's easier to do that. Really trying to find those draws that Luke is giving him. I mean, he's only got a draw on. Oh my god. He drew on. I don't even remember. On Gru. Did he draw at all? Okay, I thought he did.
Who, Luke?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh yeah, on yellow. Sorry. So, yeah, I mean, it's still valuable information for Taco to just, if you switch enough times, you might be able to find that weak color. Okay, but Taco with the aggressive.
Yeah, there's that wild card though. Is there a back end save from Luke coming? Because that's been his one MO all day. If you see a wild, he's going to throw one back and play ISO ball.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. He's got 10 cards. We'll see what Taco's plan here is. I mean, he definitely opting to go for this kind of move, and it could easily backfire if Luke has something, but I understand you want to just put the pressure on and make him have to use some kind of action card here. So we're gonna see. Luke is actually thinking about this one, which it makes sense, yeah, because he definitely has some options at the very least.
Well, the options are going to be run thin in terms of maybe in his mind because of what he has, but on the card history, everything's open. There's +2s in blue. We got reverse skip meta, classic regular while back. We can do a crossover maybe on a reverse skip meta close. A +4 is natural. Well, plenty of options. There's nothing to really say he doesn't have anything. It's just going to depend on what he has in that 2 freshies in that 10 card deck of his. Let's find out. Taking his time, of course. The risky the real bold option would be some crazy power play. It's Luke. He's going to save it.
Right.
Here we go. Let's see what he decides. Loads up, looks for it, and there's the plot. Ooh. All right, he's going to throw a little bit of a heat check in there, right? See if he can get more cards on Taco baiting with a +2. So let's find out. Yeah, that's risky. That is a risky move, Yoshi. I can't lie. That is throwing the caution to the wind a little bit there, and it's gonna work.
Oh,
wow!
My goodness. Okay. Leaving the +2 open like that is a bold move, man. I think in the biggest scene of that. Oh no!
Oh my! That is the rarest top deck of them all. A +2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rare as you can't. Now at this rate, Luke's he's got the arsenal. He may have just caught a break even. We'll see.
I was gonna
go for it.
The switching to blue. Like we saw, like this +2 draw meta. It was definitely most popular in the Super League of 2023.
Oh yeah. It has not been seen. This is probably the league. If you want that to come back, and we talked about this league being new. A lot of 2023 Super League moves have been played down here, right? And up here in D1 now, we don't even know what that means anymore. But down here, it still exists. It's crazy to think that top players 2 years ago were using this move, and now it barely exists. It just shows you the evolution. But down here, it still does.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the +6 that Luke gave to Taco, it's now basically back to where he was before, and Taco's able to run this green. Luke just trying to hope that he's run down at some point, but it's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
A little bit close for comfort, but he goes for the switch into red.
Well, that's where we ISO'd out. You wonder now, is there a top deck maybe in the back end for Taco? He may have saved it. Oh, this is a risky play. It's gonna work.
Okay, he does get it. Okay.
What a gamble. He's trying to play ISO ball. He's trying to see if he can get a +2 or a +4 or a connector. Maybe not to win the game, but to maybe back him up a little bit. There's no +2s coming in red. Just depends on the connector. Let's see if he gets the switch right here. This isn't a move to win the game. Remember, we talk about gratification. The more you can delay gratification as the ammo wears down and there's less than 50 cards remaining in the deck, the better off you'll be. Let's see if that continues. Draw there.
Yeah. Got the draw city back, and
just as I said that, right? We're waiting for that draw city into a switch, and there we go. There's the switch. Now Luke, we're free to run. Plenty of options on yellow now in terms of ammo.
Yeah, I think Taco for getting close to the win, you would think that he's probably got something that he's just waiting to use at the right moment. Just a double play though.
Double play into a possible one down, looking for a switch for is he looking for that 4 efficiency? Because I had a feeling he could have ran out. Had a feeling.
Oh, and now here comes the number efficiency, which Luke has been doing really good on. Oh my!
Some possibly. Holy moly! Gambling and a half. And he's down to a possession. That's a gamble.
Could have drew back, but he actually He's going for the. Yeah, I mean, like you said, like the switch may not seem significant, but it is a risk because you aren't in the lead and you're giving Taco a chance. You're definitely banking on these draws really messing up his game plan.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward strat. Everyone's done it at some point, but you see more guys. This was a 2023 Super League strat. There's a reason why with the connectors. There's that gratification delayed. Luke in the red zone goes for the quad. Can he finish it off? Here we go. Aria style run. That's the reverse skip meta, and Luke is up 3-1. Luke, that was lethal, man. That was absolutely lethal. Insane level of connection on the gameplay. I gotta ask, man, what's made the difference on those bold confidence switches? Did you feel because the reverse skip meta and blue had just been drained a little bit and the momentum wasn't there, you decided to get those connectors and feel confident? Because you had the back door in blue, whereas earlier the red had been the draw city initially off that green. Talk to me about how you've been able to use those connectors in draw city. Because you haven't got any +4s. It's been other ways to win, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, reverses and the skips, really. They just work out with this spot. And, well, that just shows.
Yeah. Keep going, man. You good? Oh, that was it. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say other than the draw city and the reverse skip meta was just clean. I think you just used what you needed to do there. That's all I got. We'll go over the top. Thank you, buddy. You have anything to add, or are you good? Are you good? You good? Okay, just want to make sure. Taco, you decided to go the full send. You gave him that extra +6, right? That was a rare top deck and a half to see that. But other than that, do you think you're just getting outbeat to the punch on certain color efficiencies? Because that's been the one difference. It hasn't been you haven't been content in Draw City. You made an early break on that wild blue. What was the theory behind that? Or do you think he threw a wrench in the plans of that double +2 and you overcompensated for it? Talk me through it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't even know at this point. It just seems like, I had some stuff prepared coming into this game. I don't think it's went the way that I was intending it to. And I just sort of have to try to find myself in these remaining rounds. That's pretty much it.
All right, well, we'll keep it rolling, and they'll go to Yoshi here. At this rate, Luke has worked at everything. He's tried draw city. He's tried number efficiency. He lost that one game with the power play. But let's face it, if the Tiger don't have that instinct, this is a 4-0 game. Talk to me about how Luke has found a little edge on not so much the number efficiency, but the patience and knowing when to use other cards when you're not getting that +4. It's made him resourceful compared to Taco's, at this rate, playing up to plan G or F, because he's trying everything.
It's really about playing the draw city, and I think to an extent he's getting the draws that he wants, and sometimes, and it doesn't always work out that way, but it's a really good tool to rely on, because if you feel like there's nothing else you can do. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everyone, as we saw in Taco in Game 3, where he tried to switch into red because he knew that, and just to get to draw city because he felt like he had nothing. Unfortunately, didn't get much after that. It's really everything in itself is a gamble, but obviously there are safe options, and obviously the draw city is one of them. You just gotta hope that you get what you want. It doesn't have to be a +4. It can just be some connectors, and that's what Luke is looking for. Being able to really take those risks where, you know what, I think Taco's going to save till the end. I'm also, let me steal the win here, and that's what he did. I feel like Taco probably had something in it. Even if he didn't, it was still a good idea from Luke to really just think about it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Taco.
For the record, I had nothing. It was all stuck there. I couldn't. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
So you had nothing other than that early break when you decided to go to that blue wild. You're just making the break, thinking maybe he would crack. Is that what I'm thinking? Is that?
Yeah, no. If you actually look at the stats, it's outside of the 1+, obviously I'm leading slightly in +2s and 1 on reverse. But even if you just look at cards drawn, without that one top deck +2, I'd be not in contention right there. And nothing's been going the way that I need it to. But we'll work it out. There's
still time, yeah.
There's still time, and there's still a path there. I can see it.
Nick joins us, and that's the beauty of this, right? Best of, you still have time. If this was a best of 7, then you start to panic. But there is time, and that's the beauty of this longer series. We talked about moving the longer series down here, and we're going to find out that Luke could put himself in a really, really damn good spot if he can close it out in this Game 5. He's got a shot. Taco needs to get this one looking like, not must win early, but he's got to use that second half in those games to start getting the advantage. First half, he's been doing okay. It's the second half of games closing him out. All right, Luke, you know the rules here, buddy. Just can't go to the 15. Everything else is open with MCSR. What's we got? All right, we'll go 11.
Back to that.
What's that?
Going back to that mid pack.
Yeah, we'll go. Well, I only see the first card. We'll go to Sanford to start us off, of course. Only the first card, I'll say. Well, right now is Luke. Man, I'm telling you, this is an Ashley KT. Brad. We've seen this before. We've seen this movie where he may have red. Just don't let it trick you. And there you go. This guy picks up quick, man. I was really impressed watching the tape for this game. He picks up quick on everything. He's been to every game, it seems. You always see him appear, and he's really taken his study habit to the next level. Taco's done a good job in these first half of games, but Luke has just found a little bit more edge despite having no +4s. The Taco's out. There it is.
Right. And one switch can make the big difference. He finds the switch out into red, though.
Efficiency could be key, though, for Luke here if he's got it. That's the thing I worry with him. And if he's playing truthful. That once again.
No.
He may not have it. I just said that. He may not have it. Right? He might be fading. There it is. Just because he draws doesn't mean he don't got it. There's the fade. And I'm just telling you, this is what I saw on tape. This guy has 20, 30 tricks in the sleeve, and he's starting to make a statement. I know he played Clint, okay, that was different, but this is a better judgment of what he can do today. And Taco's still nothing. That's big.
Yeah, it might be a case of just the bot not giving him anything, and she's trying to look for something
man.
before Luke can win here, and he's getting the switches he wants.
Well, now Taco's got to play this one very, very, very cautiously. He goes back to Blue Classic, but does Luke have a wild in return? That's his only chance, really. He tries the Classic.
Yeah, he might be looking for the finish. Oh,
It's over.
No.
Luke 4-1, he's one away. There is nothing you can do. Luke, I almost have to assume that early draw, man. Did you have a red +2 and you just needed one connector? Was that really what it was? Or
Yeah, have the red +2 at the start, then Druid +2, blue +2 after that.
Nasty. That's a nasty draw. I gotta say, man, excluding that though, did you think this game, because it was basically a two-color red-blue showdown, and he only tried one move, do you think that almost gave you too much leverage where, see you at the finish line? Is that how it worked out? Go for
it. Yeah, really. I mean, yeah, really. I mean, as soon as he drew on blue, I knew instantly I could win this game with the hand I had.
Right.
The red +2, blue +2, back into blue, getting him to draw. And then the blue, the 4 and 5, I could just go into green if I need be, if they had any. Drew both times, so yeah.
Taco, I don't really got much to say because unless you actually had a +2 or a +4, maybe you could have stopped them with 15 cards. Unless you had something, I'm just going to assume you're iced out and no ammo.
So, I kind of knew that I was dead on arrival when I got my hand. I think I had one wild, no other types of ammo. I would say my best ammo past wilds was maybe the fact I had 2 zeros. I mean, really,
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was yeah, that was a slaughter. I can't even say like I learned anything.
No.
I didn't have enough time to do anything.
No, and I think this is a great example, Yoshi. Don't let the looks deceive you. Okay, we're tied on reverses and +2s, but Taco's right. The thing in this game that's really, maybe not so much this game, this individual, because that was Luke taking matters in his own hand, a little bit of the bot luck, but the other games, the one thing he's right is the cards drawn, it's really Luke's at 20, right? Maybe even 15 if he doesn't have those +2s, and he's been able to play the number efficiency so well, and you don't see that a lot down here. You see that up there in the top league, you see that with Peter, you see that with other guys that just have it in the bag. Down here, when he plays that number efficiency and knows how to fade everything with that top deck drawn and a hope and a prayer, right? And sometimes it connects. It's a lethal stop. Talk to me what he's impressed you, but how does Taco try to at least get this to 7? Because Luke's got everything with that power play too.
Yeah. I mean, all I can really say is like, I saw, I think James is a good player, man, and Luke was able to beat him 4-1, and he made, I don't even remember exactly, but he made a move that was just so impressive to me. I mean, this entire tournament, I feel like he's figured things out in a way that is just like, it's just working, and it's really like, it really can come down to just that one draw. You're like, oh my god, this is exactly what I needed, and yeah, you're getting the momentum is not even off the fact that it's your momentum. It's just the bot the bot's momentum of just giving you the draws that are really helping you out here. It's funny because we mentioned at the end of game 4, had Taco not used the power play, it would be 4-0. Had Taco not used the power play, it would be already over.
Yeah.
So really, Taco, he can at least think about this as like, well, this is the best I can do with what I have. Now I have to just figure something out. Like, we'll see what happens here. It's not a great spot to be in, but you just got to give it your all.
Yeah, like I said, that game, nothing Taco could have done. The other games, some of them, they were close, right? Game 1 could have went either way. Game 3 could have went either way. But then this number efficiency from the Luke the Duke, I call him, man. He's starting to run it, right? And that's a big point of contention here. Luke, it's back to you, buddy. Big moment in this series, man. 1 power play, no 11, everything free, MCSR. Last home game for a second here. What are we thinking?
Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, Puzzle Dan called him Lethal Luke, and I honestly like that name as well.
Yeah, Lethal Luke Duke. I like it. We'll find something. We'll find it. That's a problem. That's a good problem to have when you come up here. All right.
Yeah, going back to that. Okay.
8 again. We talked about it. We go. And that's a beautiful start, Yoshi. You cannot ask for a better start. You have so many. We talk about this on this bot. The old bot, maybe not so much, but the way the cards are organized on this bot, action card starts with reverse skip meta. You got so many options. You can play mind games with it, and he's going to play it cool here. Taco, his chance here is to play. At this rate, he's got to go to Plan Z. There's nothing left in the book. He's tried everything, Plan A to Y. It's got to be a Plan Z. Well, we don't know, right? We don't know. He's done this before. He's done this movie before.
That is a thing about it.
He's done this
Taco
before.
Can at least play off it. Never mind, he can't.
No. And this is the problem, right? Luke is forcing you. He's saying, okay, I'm going to draw early. I'm going to force you back into it if you don't have the hand as well. And I think this should be a message Nick's right. If he's playing like this with these advanced stats and advanced measures, that's a scary comp. Once again, you see what I'm saying? Just because he draws, this is an Ashley type move. We've seen this one, and he'll get the switch. Right now, we'll start to run. Taco, great closeout back to the 7. This could ice Luke unless he's got 7 heaven. Nope.
Okay. And we see Taco adapting now. He sees that these number efficiencies, he most likely saved that red 7 in case he had a switch there.
Luke forcing, he wants the switch. Taco not going to bite. Let him make the switch. Let's see if he does it.
Okay.
That's probably going to be reverse skip meta. I'll hold the phone.
Oh my god, imagine Taco is the red 2, but... but that's interesting now. Uh-oh.
This is big. Luke is about to go on a hammerhead run here. Hammerhead shark run. Let's see. He's got a power play.
Yeah, that's
a heat check. That's a heat check.
Yeah, I mean, Luke saw that he drew, and he's like, yeah, he probably has nothing again. This is just... I think Taco's trying to find something he's trying to find a card to keep to play, and he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, this is all over. I don't think Taco had anything. Here comes Luke into a green 8. We talk about in this league, all it takes is 1 Final Four to go to the LCQ. I don't think Luke gives a you-know-what. He's throwing out for chips and championships. Oh. Okay. Well, it was the power play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Taco, man. I don't think he could. Taco, I'm just going to have to assume, man, just when we go to you, nothing, just hoping and something could go your way. I'm just going to assume.
Not 1 wild, not 1 skip, not 1 +2. I didn't have 2 colors.
Goodness.
That was...
Wow.
Those last 3 games were just torture. I'm glad it's over.
Nah, at this rate, I don't even blame you for trying something, right? Because if you just go home with those hands, you're just gonna get yourself more pissed. At least you went down trying swinging. I guess my question, obviously, I know I'm not supposed to ask these 3D questions. I'm trying to limit that, but I do want to know because I'm here. What is the biggest thing you took away from finishing a top 8 in this tournament? Right, it's a good start to the year. You got some wins. You got some money in the bank in terms of some back pocket wins. Other people are at 0. How does that help you build confidence for T2? Oh, I'm sorry, Archery April. I forgot. The team's already done. Archery April come March. That's how funny it is down here. Go ahead. Feel free to answer that.
I don't even know after that game. I'll take away that I'm glad that I used my power play when I did. That's about the only highlight of that game that I take away as a positive. Of course, I'm glad I got the other two wins. Unfortunate about the DQ win. Let the DQ to advance in the first round. But now, yeah, no, I had some stuff to take away from the other games, regardless of whether or not I win or lost. This one, I'm at a loss for words here.
No, I understand, man. Luke, let's exclude those last two games because let's face it, the bot was definitely putting some extra sauce in your direction. The first four, I have to say, though, you really showed the number efficiency and also not expecting those draws to have everything on the bat, right? Just because I draw doesn't mean I have it. Has been a big talking point here. We don't see that down here a lot. You've adapted that. Buddy, you made me proud, right? You're my chip pick at the start of the year. Thoughts on just what you can learn moving forward to your Final Four here and how you were able to adjust and adapt Taco's gameplay will help you with either Gio or Nathan. Thoughts on that?
Really, it just really came down to the starting hands. Just everything continuously kept linking and linking and linking, whether it be power cards, whether it be number efficiency, whether it be Taco changing colours when I need it. It just kept working constantly. Sure. And then, yeah, the draw city's also working out when I needed them as well. It's like everything just kept going in my favour. And it just played out over time.
I'm going to ask that question. Obviously, you made some savage remarks with the whole Clint thing. He was relegated for a reason, right? Now you get Gio or Nathan coming. Obviously, we know the story with Nathan. Kind of interesting, to say the least. Who knows if this is it for him in his last tournament. But Gio would be interesting. Your thoughts on either one of those guys? And what I think you know him from the UUL experience. So your thoughts on either one of them if you get them. Go ahead before we sign off.
Gio or Nathan, where to start? Either way, they better be very prepared because the games I've played so far, 4-1, 4-1, 5-2, 5-1. No offense to Clint and Taco, but these games haven't been close whatsoever. And yet, how many people have gone to round 7, game 7 or game 9 in this round, round of 16? Like, it's like only myself and Red who haven't gone to a game 7 or a game 9. Like, yeah. You gotta be very prepared. That's all I honestly say.
That's a statement, buddy. Thank you. Yoshi, you're right. I think Lethal Luke's here. This is a statement and a half, right? You could say the game 5 and 6 for sure in his favor, but the way he was able to work the numbers and way to work the efficiency that we don't see a lot. We see some of these things up at the top. This guy's bringing some of that up at the top stuff down here. Your thoughts on his outlook, because this is looking ominous. The skies have turned dark, and I don't know what the lightning is going to be with the thunderstorm moving in here for next round. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, with the February Flurry, it's crazy, man. All the weather stuff going on. But, yeah, I think, it just the way that, yeah, you mentioned all the things that was working for him. Even the draw city, his ability to really play a draw city, go force a KT Classic, force Taco to draw, and he's willing to draw city. Like, it's those things where, if it works out for you, then you just gotta. It's just something that, you take as it's just something that how this goes, and I think obviously Draw City favored Luke a lot more comparison, but not to mention, that was mainly towards the end of the series. The first few games were definitely competitive. I feel like. The way his mentality, I feel like his confidence is everything's just going up for him, and he's made it to the LCQ at no matter what. Now it's going to come down to can he win the tournament now, and he feels like he's feeling good right now, and I honestly understand that. But you can't underestimate whoever you face at this point. You're going into a new territory of how many games you're going to be playing now, and with an extra power play. Like this is a one-time thing for this league, at least for the regular season, where we get into best of 11s and 2 power plays. So we'll see how. I mean, it will be new for everyone, so it won't be like an advantage disadvantage. It's just a matter of adaptation. And yeah, Luke has been able to adapt pretty well, but now we'll see if he can really figure this out against whoever he faces. He's going to be the home stand no matter what. So
yeah, I mean, talk about homestand. He runs the whole tournament. When you get to this point, you look at the seeding. You're a 2 seed, and there's no 1s left. There's no other 2s. You're in charge, right? It's the only tournament, I don't believe we ever had 8 different seedings in league history. And when you see that means you run it, right? It's up to you to control the pace. It's not like up there in D1 where we got basically the whole field other than Nick is a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, right? It's top heavy. Here it's a wide open central, but if Luke continues this, we'll find out. Well, he takes care of business. The ominous class is on. Lethal Luke, moving on. He'll play either the Italian Stallion Gio or an interesting story with Nathan developing. Who knows if this is it for him? We'll see how that one goes. But coming up tonight will be Bree and King of Red. I think we'll be back at it with, I want to say G takes this one. G takes this one. Right, he told me G will take this one coming in tonight. Well, what we saw today was it may have been torching, but Taco put up the fight best he could. He'll leave his quotes along with Luke at the bottom. But for today, it was Lethal Luke taking care of business in 6, quick as he can get, and he's on to the Final Four where that new journey awaits with the best of 11s coming into play. Shout out Caesar with the competition change in the offseason. For myself and Yoshi, Nick, Namas the Ref, Puzzle Dan, and of course all the fans. I know Cody Smart was watching and a couple others. Appreciate you guys for coming out here for a KT Rare D2 stream. I'll see you next time. Confirmed. Back at it, 10 in the morning, Friday morning Uno. We're going to wake up with it. It's going to be Captain versus Yepes. What a game that's going to be. Set streaming, I'm co-commenting, and then Ashley Chan with the rematch. We did not get the Lost File game, the Lost File of Athens. That's right. The only one we could have captured is back on the table, 8 o'clock, in the classic 1-2 duel. But tonight, we'll take care of business with G, coming back with Bree and Red. For myself and Yoshi, have a great night, and I'll see you at a theater and stream near you.